Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. Well, we finally made it to the middle of the week. Well, today we're going to be working on Teresa Kogut's Newcastle Bouquet. This was a request from one of my viewers to work on, so here we are. And I'm using the called for colors. It does, let me see if I can get a hold of it. This is the list. Called for Classic Colorworks DMC and Weeks Dye Works. But if it also has the DMC equivalent over here on this side. So I'm using all DMC in this and all the called for colors. It was a new release, I believe was it last May? March? Yeah, last March at Market. And I just absolutely love it. I fell in love with this pattern the moment I saw it. It's just got lovely colors in it. I love this moth or butterfly. It's just absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah. So we are working on this flower that comes right underneath the bird. I can't do the bird and stitch and talk and do a video, so we're working on this leaf right here because it's a little intense and it doesn't have any back stitching. They've used the she used like the color to be cross-stitched around certain things to make it look like it was outlined. Does that make any kind of sense? Hopefully you can see that. But do you see that on the leaves right there? Yeah. So, that's pretty cool. And the colors are really close. I don't know. The one I'm using today is 3011. And the other one, the outside is square. 935. It says bark, but it's a dark green. So, lovely, lovely, lovely. And I'll just briefly flash. I got my line keeper because, you know, it is what it is. This is on 16 count confetti from Picture This Plus. And it's a nice, beautiful, soft fabric. I tried to start, what do you call it? Oh, what is that? Inspiration. Hang on, I gotta bring it a little closer and a little over. Come on. I think the arm doesn't want to go this way for some reason. Let me get you there. To do inspiration on, and I don't know. I've just got to walk away from inspiration for right now. Inspiration is by, oh God. Oh, help me, help me, help me. It is Rosewood Manor. It's that lovely, beautiful one that Ellen Reed has done. Yeah. She's got more guts than me. It's just like, I can't do this. There's just too much, what do you call it? Back stitching in that thing. Oh my God. Yeah. So I thought I'd start with, what do you call it? Doing the, you know, the regular cross stitch and then just kind of make it all come together, you know, with the back stitching. Yeah, no, it's just too much work for me. So we're just not going there. What level am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one has to go there. All right. Yeah, I had to get my line keeper out for this because it's a little insane. I worked last night on the koi because I just was so tired. We weren't extremely busy at all. You know, I did probably 2/3 of... Okay, I usually do like over $2,000 on my Tuesday and Wednesday, but I only did like 1,000, so, you know, it wasn't all that busy. And, yeah. It's insane. I have to make sure I'm on the right track here. But I thought if I could do inspiration on, what do you call it, Ada, instead of the over one on, there's, let's put it this way. I could not handle the back stitching on the even weave. It was driving me crazy. So, and I have a beautiful pink, a peach colored fabric. It's right here that I'm doing it on. But for that, well, it's not, well, I guess it's peach. It's kind of a goldy peach. I don't know what the color is, but it's gorgeous. So I might use it for something else. Yeah, I could do the sides, but the back stitching just was driving me batty. So we'll just save it for another time. Just another time, because it's just not happening. Love that pattern too. Like I said, I'm just going to frame all the stupid patterns. Because, yeah. I can't seem to get the pictures themselves done. And it's only because I pick such huge patterns. Because I fall in love with them, gotta do them. So, we'll see what happens to inspiration. But we're just gonna keep on keeping on this. On the, what do you call it, Ada. And when you get Picture This Plus, that has been dyed, like this has been dyed a color, it's real soft, but yet, and even if I put it in a hoop and stretch it out as far as I can, it seems like it's like one size smaller than what you actually wanted to stitch on. So kind of keep that in mind. Like, I don't know if it's just me and I'm imagining it, but yeah, it just drives me batty. Because this feels like 18 count. I mean, I can still see it, that's not a problem, but it's awfully small. It doesn't look like that 16 count Country French Cafe Mocha that I've got. No. But I like the way it feels. It feels beautiful. It feels like brushed cotton. Does that make any kind of sense? It's just beautiful. And I love the yellow. It called for straw, didn't it? It says Zweigart base 40 count straw. That won't be happening. Not in this little lifetime. So, who knows? And, you know, some patterns I find are, well, what the heck is that? Are, I don't know, difficult, a little more difficult than others to follow. You know, I mean, I could stitch all day on my bristles. It's just a matter of me getting my act together to do it right. But there's just some things I can't do on... Do I have one too many? Hang on. I'm talking again. That I can't do on 28 count. Finish that because I'll come back and I won't remember it. Hang on. There's only supposed to be 5. I knew there was something rotten there. I was talking and I was stitching. So, yeah. Now, that thread is too small. I'll try to whip it around backwards here so you can see. It's too small to put in the needle. And I'm using 2 strands. So I'm just going to tie a knot there and cut the ends of the knot off. I do that often because I use the thread way down to absolutely nothing. But I just tie a knot there instead of, normally I would run it underneath, but I can't get it back into the, what do you call it? Hang on. Oh, sorry about that. My bad. There we go. So I just tied a little tiny knot, No big deal. Moving right along. Nobody's going to look at my back. And if they do, it'll be 100 years from now and I won't even care. And right now I don't care what the back looks like because nobody's going to see it but the front. That's all I care about, is getting it where it needs to be. I had to get a new piece of thread. I found this little clue out from Lora with Brenda and Laura, the cereal starter. If you tap on the ends, see how it's, can you see that? I'll do it again here in a minute. Let me get it where it needs to be. Okay. So, if your thread is all together, just tap on the end of the threads and it separates them. And that way you can just pull out one thread and you're ready. And another little tip that I picked up, it was freaky. I'm like, well, why didn't I do that? Okay, so I took that thread and I folded it in half. We have a loop at one end and you have the two ends, right? At the other end. So take the looped end. I don't know if I can use my threader or not, but we're going to try it. Put your threader through your needle. And pull the looped thread right through. Then pull your loose ends, that's your open ends right there, so that the looped end is at the very bottom. Now watch. Hang on, gotta move my line keeper again. Oh, go away, flies. The flies are just driving me insane. So go here, pull it through, and there's your loop. I pull it down and go back into the first side that I started from, and it drags the knot to the back. And then you're all set to stitch. And I do use the sewing method. So I come from this corner down to that corner, put my needle across to the other corner, and pull it up. And I don't have to go up and down. I know this is a terrible example of that, but that's how I use the sewing method. I don't know if you could use this material in hand sewing, because it's really nice and soft. Some people don't like that. I do. I can't stand terribly stiff Aida unless I'm doing a pre-stamped, and then I can work with it. But yeah, not too much. Molly's over there snoring. She slept all night. I can never feel her getting up and down and all around, so she's not one of those, and she won't leave the bed in the middle of the night. I don't know what her problem is. I slept pretty good last night, thank God. I just couldn't handle it. Sorry, I'm moving my line keeper over here. Okay, come back one. Well, that was just super special. I haven't done that in a while. We don't have any grand plans for my days off. Just no big things to do. And you got to be real careful when you use that needle threader, especially on, look how tiny. I don't know if you can see that. Oops. That eye is, but I have broken more needles using that stupid needle threader. It's just easier to do it normal, you know. Like I said, I worked maybe half an hour on the koi. I was just too tired, just done in. And today is the order day, so that means we got to put all that crap away. So we'll see how that works. And they better get there before 8 o'clock at night. Crazy guys. Well, 2 weeks ago, I think, they what was I going to say? 2 weeks ago, they didn't get there until 8:30 at night, and we closed at 10. It was horrible. So they left it for the next shift. I felt really bad doing that, but I mean, what can you do? It just, I don't know. I had to have a bite of. I have my Pop-Tarts. I don't know, I'm really into Pop-Tarts this year. I bought more Pop-Tarts this year than any year in the past. I guess because they're quick and easy food. Such a pretty color green. Hang on, moving my line keeper again. And I'm not real sure why I stopped stitching on this, but it is beautiful. I had to have it. I waited like 3 months for this to come out. It was just horrible. I still haven't gotten that Kesslin's one that I think it's called Cross Stitch Fun by Kesslin's. I even looked on their website. I never saw it. I don't know what happened to that. But it came out in market this year, and still haven't seen it. We're going to have to get... That's the end of that. Isn't that pretty? Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I love it. I like how she blends her colors really well. She's really good at colors. What did I say that color was? 935. Do we have some 935? See? It's a dark green. Here, I thought it said bark, so I thought it was going to be darker, like a brown, you know? But hang on, gotta put my threads away. God, we can't lose them. If I could pick up my scissors, we'd have it made. Put the thread away. I always end up with like 3 or 4 skeins of thread sitting somewhere. And I go, well, what did that go in? You know, I might remember for like 2 days, and then a week later, it's like, no. What? Outrageous. It happens. Oh, I found my, I found 2 things. I mean, it was red letter week so far. I found the bag of thread for my great big huge spring. Get off of there, please. And yesterday, there was something sitting on the floor, and I couldn't figure out what that piece of paper was because it looked like that. I'm like, what the heck is that? I turned it over, and there's all my extra threaders. Like I said, I got them off of Amazon. I don't think they were any more than $3. Took forever to get them, but hey, we're good. They have been so worthwhile. I can't stand those wire things. I was always fascinated with those as a child. And it probably worked really well on a very small needle. But no. It doesn't work worth a damn on, what do you call it? On, with, like DMC Plus. It just, there's too much thread. Now, if you're going to thread, mind you, let me correct myself. If you're going to, well, no, the thin ones don't. No. They don't work worth a damn for embroidery. But I like using those threaders for the pre-stamped. You know, especially when I'm using 3 strands. They work just absolutely lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And you really can't even tell that I put this color in. That is what is so sad. Whoop. Gotta get it to the right square. Like I said, I know I could get out my magnifying thing, but I can't use the magnifying thing, you know, light, while I'm videoing, big word, doing a video, because it gets in the way. And you don't want to look through the magnifier while I'm stitching. It just doesn't work. So we're good enough. We can see what we're doing. And this is light. If this had been a dark color, might have had a problem. Oh, goodness gracious, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. That, I don't know if I can do it with these scissors. These little, what do you call them? Oh, I got them at the sewing store. They're called, what is that? F-A-M-O-R-E, Famore. Anyway, the point is not like my gingers. Even these are smaller points than that. So, but I gotta take that one stitch out. It's driving me crazy. It does not need to be there. And then we're going to cover all that up. Whoop, come that way. Or else it won't be the right shape. Nothing like one stupid stitch to just screw you up. And you know it's there, so just get rid of it. It's only one stitch, you know? But when I have to take a whole section out, it's like, oh my gosh. For one stupid mistake, that just drives me crazy. But I find I make more mistakes on Ada. I know, isn't that stupid? On Ada than I do even weave, but I think it's because I stitch faster on Ada than I do on even weave, so I'm going slower on the even weave, so I make less mistakes, or I notice them quicker. Does that make sense? Unless the pattern, I don't see, like Louisa Cullimore, I didn't even see that they weren't all the same. I just glanced at it. Oh, they're all the same, so we'll just cut this down. I'll just go. Yeah, well, as you saw, I did 2, and then there should have been something different. Yeah, it was great. But we got past it, so now I can't come home on those 10:30 nights and stitch on even weave. It just, some days it's just too much. Oh, I got my new book on Audible. It's called Bloodless, Bloodless, by Preston and Child. They got a new book out, so I waited until, I think it came out on the 17th. So I got that yesterday. So now I have something new to listen to. I got to listen to part of it last night because it was not as busy as it had been. I went too far. What the heck? We're about around there. We just got to go right there. I don't know that I will or I won't have enough thread. I hate it when I get down and I've got like 3 stitches to do, but I got to go get more thread because, you know, there just isn't enough. It's irritating. Irritating. I only got 3 more stitches. Let's see how it goes. I might, well, if it stopped getting all wound up here, I'm pretty sure I got enough. Nope, I only had 2 more. All right. Yay. Get rid of that so that I know that I'm done with that. Hang in there. There we go. These cut perfectly fine, but they do not have a big enough point, or small enough point, I should say. All right, guys. Well, we got that done. So we can move on to something else. We got even that across, so I might be able to start on them white flowers. I don't know if that white, it's, let me look. I have to look. I can't remember. I may have to get a different color. These are the colors of the flowers. So it might be just way too light. Are they? No, I was looking to see if they were, what do you call it, outlined, but they're not. So yeah. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for right now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.